So now let's get on to T.S. Madison and Jess Hilarious. All right. T.S. Madison and Jess Hilarious had they back and forths. Y'all have all seen the videos by now. And by the way, let me reiterate this. Let me let y'all know this. I've been working. I'm a one-man team over here, all right? So I had to shoot an interview, edit it, get it up. So your boy been working. And sometimes I'm not going to be able to hop on these stories right away because I'm doing a story that's more impactful than just, what everybody else is talking about. No shade. No shade. All right? I did not mute in time. I apologize. I tried to mute it in time. It didn't work. Anyway, okay? There was a TikToker that made comments about periods and women can't gatekeep periods. And Jess saw the TikTok and she stated her opinion. And then T.S. Madison followed up, and then it's been a back and forth. Okay. Number one, I did not want to report on this because why report on two people that work in the same small ass industry that can simply call each other or DM each other and hash it out? They don't have to do this shit in front of us. It ain't nothing for Jessica. It ain't nothing for her manager to call Madison's manager. Get the numbers and have a fucking conversation. It ain't nothing for them to hop in the DMs. It ain't nothing for them to do it on the breakfast. Like, it just, what? So come and report on them going back and forth for what? In my opinion, there wasn't much to say. Now let's discuss the TikTok. The lady said women can't gatekeep periods and can't gatekeep uteruses and this and that. I don't know what school y'all went to. I don't know what kind of new humans y'all making. Maybe with the new generation, they create new kind of humans. Don't nobody have a period and bleed but a biological female, a woman, period. Why is this a conversation? You talking to a nigga that studies sexuality. And sexuality and gender is different. But I took a semester-long course learning about this shit. I'm not finna come on here and say that a man can have a period. No. XY, biological human female, a little girl, teenager, grows to a woman. Period. A woman has periods. Periods is literally when the uterus contracts and is it the myometrial or the endometrial lining that sheds or the or parametrial? There's 3 different linings of the uterus. I can't remember. But anyway, literally part of the uterus sheds. And basically their body feels like it's attacking itself. So I understand why women get pissed when you look online and you see the videos of certain trans people putting ketchup and hot sauce and blood in their panties to have a fake period, or you see, this is, listen. To me, this is not worth all the hoopla. Because reality, endometrial, thank you. Reality says XY has a uterus. They have periods. More than likely, they have the ability to have children or make eggs. Hell, you're born with all the eggs you're ever going to have. That develops in a womb. So I'm just saying, why is this a conversation? Menstruation happens with a biological female. What the fuck's y'all talking about? Trans men, the base is still XY. So what are we talking about? Not every woman born with a uterus. Not every woman can have a baby. Not every woman has breasts. Not everyone. I'm not talking about the minority. I'm talking about the majority. Why do you gotta try to make the minority the majority? Now y'all going back and forth and disrespecting the dog shit out of each other over what? is this oh, I kept, oh, XX. Am I saying XY? I meant XX. My bad. XX has a period. My bad. My bad. XX. I'm gonna have to cut that part out. XX. You know what I mean. Shit, it's late. I'm gonna read y'all comments for a sec. XX, my bad, Cynthia G. XX. XX. Y'all know what I meant. It just felt like sometimes I'd be like, this is dumb. Why are we having this conversation? Women have periods. That's it. It ain't about gatekeeping nothing, baby. If you mad at that, you gotta take that up with God. You gotta take that up with God. That's it. Trans men, at the end of the day, boom. They were still born female. So when they go to the doctor, they still have to go through certain reproductive care appointments. Listen, I don't want to get graphic. I don't give a fuck if you a stud. You still a you. What are we talking about? We ain't got nothing else to talk about. The government just admitted to aliens. They experiment on them aliens, so any day now this shit finna turn into what was that movie with the alien invasion? And they obliterated the earth. Any moment now shit finna get fucked up, and this what y'all wanna argue over? I would rather y'all go back to talking about the missing children before y'all argue about this shit. What are we talking about? Now, with that being said, is sexuality a spectrum? That's what I was taught. Yes. Gender and sexuality is different. It gets deep. It gets confusing. Another issue is that the people with the biggest voices typically are the most ignorant on certain topics. Okay? So, whether y'all want to admit it or not, or like it or not, all these alternative sexualities and gender expressions are here to stay. It ain't going nowhere. Some of it's already been here. Some of it's spiritual, right? And then some of it is genetically engineered through the food and what they put in the water. Don't get mad at me. Get mad at your government. Don't windmill me, windmill them. So as time goes on, you, your family members, friends, your kids, as they have kids, you're going to see more and more queer people, more and more non-binary, more and more androgynous. You're going to see people, you're going to see sexuality get real. You're going to see people get real fluid. Even though most of them, not most, a lot, low-key already are. They just don't put it out. But you get the point. For them to go back and forth, and I'm just like, just call each other and like have this conversation. It's a big misunderstanding, and now you're triggering everybody, and it's a lot. And I think everybody got themselves high blood pressure for no reason. But let me say this: women from the beginning of time have been through hell, have been through absolute hell, especially in patriarchal societies. So you take what women go through, you add being black on top of that, with no protection because black women don't have that. If you take the decades of content, social media, interview, all this shit of black women's counterparts, black men saying y'all not attractive, y'all not this, y'all not that. Yeah, black women gonna be a little sensitive. Yeah. The older I've gotten, I'm realizing everybody don't deserve free speech. Some of you niggas need y'all podcast burnt. I already told y'all, throw them mics away and pick up a job application. UPS hiring. Kroger hiring. Some of y'all need to let that shit go because y'all get on this mic and y'all be talking crazy. And it's scary because whether you realize it or not, you're literally influencing. That's why they call you an influencer. You're influencing a whole generation of people. Anyway. Lyrics said we birthed them all to be disrespected. You do. Now what you gonna do about it? You gonna learn to be more selective with who and what you birth? I think you should. I don't see no issue with it. Now, when you, and I know I'm long-winded, but I'm trying to explain it. When you're dealing with somebody that is trans, okay, you're dealing with somebody who emotionally, mentally, what they see is not what they feel up here. It's different. That's why back in the day it was called dysmorphia, gender dysmorphia. Just like some of us deal with body dysmorphia. It's not called gender dysmorphia no more. That's not politically correct, but I'm just saying. Okay? It's like if you see me, I look like a man. But it's like if I look and I'm supposed to be a woman. I really feel like a woman. It's mental and emotional. However, I feel you should be able to live your life however you want. Do you be happy? Okay? If you trans, I have no issue calling you a trans woman. You're not a biological woman. You're not a real woman. You're trans. And that's okay. It's just what it is. You're transgender. You do not agree with the gender that you were assigned at birth, or aka which came out when you came out your mama's pussy. You don't agree with that. Transgender. If you're cisgender, technically, then you do agree. The mental, emotional matches the physical. But if you don't want to be called cis, I understand that too. And honestly, you have that right. If trans people say, I'm a trans woman, don't call me no fucking man, then a woman has a right to say, I want to be called cisgender. I don't care if it's a scientific term. That's not what I want to be called. What's the problem? I'm just saying. Now, some people were saying, well, why don't we see this with trans males? You know, a biological female that transitions into a man. Why don't we see them trying to take over male spaces? Baby, because they can't. They can't. They can't. Number one and number two, to a large degree, most men don't. Most men live a life of fucking depression and suppressing their own emotions. So a lot of men feel like, shit, you want to be a man? This shit ain't all that fun. All right, cool. You want to chop down some trees? You want to deal with this bullshit? Okay, cool. But a trans man ain't gonna be able to take nothing from a real man. It's not. They'll physically get overpowered. It's different. Men just ain't having it. They just like, it's not gonna be an issue. They just ain't gonna have it. I'm sorry. Like, I don't know what to say. So I don't know. I'm gonna have a conversation with Conscious, and we're gonna do a deeper dive, just talking about gender versus sexuality, and I do understand and have empathy. Not understand because I'm not a woman. I have empathy for black women and how they feel. Like, you not gonna, like, basically black women saying we're not tolerating disrespect. Black women get it from other black women. Black women get it from black men. They get it from the LGBTQIA2 plus. And then on top of that, black women have to fight patriarchy. So it's a lot. It's a lot. But I need the people with the biggest voices when they voice their opinions just to know what they're talking about. Okay? Cynthia G said, I really feel like we're to blame for this. We should have never accepted them as women, nor should we have supported them. Now it's out of control. Ooh. Now, Cynthia, let me ask you this. Because I was watching Armand earlier, and he said it boils down to women and trans women fighting over men. That's really what... Because even I asked y'all like a year ago. I was joking, but I was like, what's the issue? Like, what is the real issue between black women and trans women? And that would be, of course, black trans women. And black women and even gay men. Like, what is really the issue? Because it's like y'all occupy similar spaces. And y'all try to be friends. But it's always this underlying, like mistrust of one another. I'm just asking. He said it come down to men. I feel like it's deeper than that. That's a part of it. But I feel like it's deeper than that. But then a woman would have to tell me that I'm not a woman. So see what I'm saying? Like, yeah, same thing with the fish. Well, fish is outdated. I don't really hear that as much anymore. But if you don't want to be called fish, I understand that too. I don't know. If somebody tell me they don't want to be called something, I'm just not gonna call you that. If you take it as disrespect, I'm just not gonna do it. Almond Joy said jealous and envious. Black women don't like to be mocked and misunderstood. Black women have dealt with that in mainstream media since the beginning of time. So I understand that. Cynthia G said the issue isn't fighting over men. The issue is having to fight for our identity. Gotcha. Okay. Gotcha. Okay. Now, okay. See? Y'all see how I had a question or I didn't understand something and I just asked? Why can't everybody have a conversation like that? Y'all see how I just asked y'all a question that I did not understand? Because I am not a woman. Because my mind would have went to it's a man thing too. Okay, Lady D said it's misogyny. Got it. Okay. Now, why can't all y'all niggas have a conversation like that? Now let's talk about this. If I'm a trans woman, which means I was born a biological male, even with hormones, the plastic surgery, me doing what I have to do to transition, if you think about it, my wiring is still going to be male, right? That's my DNA, which would mean I'm still going to move about in this world like a man, which means I'm going to be super competitive and have, oh, wow, and have the need to conquer. Cynthia said they've been telling us that we're inferior, yet now now they want to take our identity and say, wow, damn, saying you're inferior, that is crazy. That is crazy. That's crazy. But do you see what I'm saying? If I'm a man, if I transition to be a woman, I'm still gonna think like a man, which means I'm gonna want to take over wherever I go. So I got it. So that's what it is. Versus being a trans man, you still have the brain of a woman. And so you're more about keeping the peace and keeping the calm versus being aggressive. Got it. Got it. Okay. I still think Jess and Madison need to have a conversation. I do, however, think that Jess was well within her right to voice her opinion. I'm a little worried for her, though. I ain't gonna lie, because I hope this shit don't get her canceled. Like, I don't know if she's actually signed on for the Breakfast Club yet, but I'm just like, nowadays you brave to speak against you. But we know Jess don't give a fuck. She is who she is. But, whoo, I'm thinking about the money. Like, damn, girl, let's let the ink dry on the contract first. Like, shit. Because people have been canceled for less. But then again, why should she be canceled if she simply stating her opinion? She got free speech just like everybody else. And why should anybody be canceled when they're speaking the truth? Okay. Now, I will say this. Y'all know where I be. Y'all know I be at the sex clubs and it's not that I'm always having sex. Sometimes really just chilling. They're bars low key, but I'm in some of those spaces, right? And I have encountered trans women, especially in Atlanta. In Atlanta, you gotta ask. You gotta be like, fuck it. We late. Y'all up with me. Fuck it. I'm rambling. Fuck it. In Atlanta, not in the daylight. Daylight I can tell, but when you like in a bar or dark setting, man, so you gotta be like, you gotta look sometimes. Like, is you real or not? Like, what's going on? I'm just saying, some niggas don't care. I've heard niggas say a mouth is a mouth. Damn, that's gonna disgust y'all. But I'm just keeping it real. A lot of niggas, they don't care. A mouth is a mouth. Whatever. I'm doing her. She ain't doing me. Fuck it. Welcome to Atlanta. I'm just saying. So, I've encountered that where I've encountered some really like 6'3", super aggressive trans women. Hey baby, how you doing? I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. That's my thing. I'm good. Now keep it moving. I'm always hitting you with the and I'm moving at the same time. And some of them be cool, and some of them get hot. They be pissed. What you mean you good? Like, ma'am, sir, chill. Then I've had some that say, ain't no wrong with it. I'm basically a woman. It don't make you gay. It don't matter. So, the more and more we start to learn about alternative sexualities, genders, etc., y'all gonna learn a lot about people, period. Y'all gonna learn a lot about y'all men that y'all laid up with and married to. And so if we really gonna have these conversations, I just want y'all to be ready for that. They said, UK Frostbite said, now Storm knows what it's like to be a woman, get hit on by an aggressive, intimidated man. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Yeah. It don't feel good at all. That's dangerous. How you gonna get extra? Listen, I'm not ready. But why not talk about it? Because then we also got to talk about if a man sleep with a trans, is he gay? Is he straight? What is he? Is he bi? What is he? Do we need another letter? Y'all, this gets so deep. This gets so deep. The real Brent said Jess has a history of disrespecting the LGBTQIA2+, you forgot the 2, a community, knowing that there are systems that continue to oppress her. She will be canceled soon. My thing is, I don't think Jess needs to be, I wasn't aware of that. I remember what she said about Muslim people. I don't remember that. But I will say this. I don't think she needs to be disrespectful towards the community to get a point across. Because at the end of the day, that is going to be part of her fan base. So it's like, I don't think you need to be disrespectful. I just think you need to have a conversation. I don't think it's cool to call Jess a man or to say she looked like a man. Um, I don't think that's cool. And it's colorist. Because y'all know damn well if Jess was light skinned, y'all would not be saying that about her. Does she present herself as more masculine? Yeah, of course. But ain't she from Baltimore? It's just from Baltimore or DC. You said there are more letters now? Yes. Lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender or transitioning, queer or questioning, intersex, asexual, or ally. Two plus means two spirited. Cynthia G said, I don't think she looks like a man. I don't think she does either. I don't think she does either. And if she was light skinned, they would not be calling her that. That's why I don't like when black people equate dark skin to masculinity and light skin to femininity, because y'all always forget, what about dark skinned women? What about brown skinned women? Are you saying they're masculine because they're dark? Like, you gotta understand, like, people don't be thinking when they be saying things, but I don't like that shit either. Even if you're thinking it, just keep it to yourself. Oh, she's from Baltimore. Okay. Then yeah, she's a product of her environment. Jess don't act or carry herself no different than Tammy Rivera. Y'all ain't never said Tammy Rivera look like a man. And Tammy Rivera is not feminine. Tammy masculine. Tammy daughter, who is gay, I believe, is more feminine than her. Shit, Tammy was giving Waka a run for his money, and Miss Deb. Jess displays a strong woman presence. Jess just gives me like she's just more of like a tomboy as well too. Like she just like, you can just tell she can hang with the boys. She ain't disgusted talking about sex. Like, Jess would actually be a really cool friend to have actually. But if she ain't in love with you, she not gonna be soft with you. She from Baltimore. You can't be fucking soft growing up in Baltimore. Come on now. Y'all act like people be acting so disrespectful. Cynthia said, if T.S. Madison feels so much like a woman, why did he keep his oh I can't say that. Cynthia, I can't say that. Oh my god. Um when we interviewed Madison, I remember her saying she didn't want to get rid of it. Well, once she was literally known as the big dick bitch. So she's, I would say, proud of her being well endowed. She's like proud of it. Oh shit. Like a man. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Hold up. She literally coined herself as the big dick bitch. Oh, I'm gonna leave that alone. She called herself the big dick bitch, right? And wears that with pride. But who wears a big dick with pride? A man. It's deeper than porn. Really think about it. So that's now, even though I recognize emotionally and mentally, and even physically when you see her in person, she's embodying the sheet, right? I have no issue with, you know, with respecting that. Um, but her brain, the way it's wired, it's still gonna lean to the man side. Yeah, I had to really think about it because I'm like, even though sexual reassignment, like the bottom surgery it's torture. They would literally listen. They inject the penis with something to make it erect, and they literally go and they split it down the middle and they flip it inside out to make the vagina. The cells of the penis versus the cells of the vulva, which is the outside, and then of course the vaginal canal, they're homologous, which means made of the same material. So Because, you know, we all start off as female. We all do. So they literally take the penis, they get it hard, they cut it down the middle, they flip it inside out. Right? It's excruciating. And sometimes it's hard for them to urinate when they have the fake vagina. And on top of that, they literally have to constantly dilate it. They have to constantly train it to stay open. Right? It doesn't naturally get wet. So you have to keep it lubricated and you have to keep it open. Kind of like when you train yourself to do anal, right? You have to use toys to constantly keep it open because naturally it wants to stay closed and tight. Because that's just how it. But then they're going to say, well, no, but your prostate in your butt, so I'm not getting into that. I just always thought the anus was X and only. Anyway, I'll talk about it with conscious. But you get the point. Just like you have to train the ass to be able to stay open. Otherwise, when you try to engage in anal sex, it'll rip. Same thing with that. They have to literally dilate it to keep that fake vagina open, or the body treats it as a wound, and closes it. Damn. Okay. Shit. I just confused myself after
It's a storm show. Ay, it's a storm show.